Hi guys, and welcome back to the series, The Butterfly That Brought Us Together, written and narrated by yours truly, Stacey Holt. As always, if you'd like to support the series, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Now, Chapter 3, Let Me Take You Somewhere. Come on, Marinette, let's watch a movie, or make some tea, or... Stop, Tiki. I know you're trying to help, but... I need some... Marinette began, her hands raising to her ears. Alone time. Marinette watched Tiki frown as she took her earrings off and stashed them into her dresser for safekeeping, and proceeded to find herself outside in the cold winter air. Hours had gone by, and she found herself walking and walking until she was too tired to walk anymore. She was on top of the bridge where she had gotten her first ice cream and leaned against the side of the railing, overlooking the water beneath. The water was dark, unable to see beneath it from the dark sky above her. She looked down and saw herself, feeling like she wasn't good enough. What did Chloe have that she didn't? An attitude, maybe? Selfish? Bratty personality? Is that what Adrian liked in people? She tried to be friendly and be who she was no matter what. Just when she thought she was making progress with talking to him, he goes and gets a girlfriend. Ugh. Chloe of all people. Before she knew it, tears were streaming down her face once again, and she collapsed to her knees, her hands flying to her eyes to wipe the tears away. Though she tried her best to wipe them away, new ones would form to replace where the old ones used to reside. She heard a thump beside her and looked up, sniffling. Cat Noir? Marinette asked, trying to wipe her eyes once again. Are you all right, princess? He asked, kneeling beside her, his eyes full of worry. No. Marinette barely managed to get out. Cat frowned and wrapped his arms around her, pulling her into a hug. Marinette wrapped her arms around him, crying deeper into him. After a few minutes of crying, she finally collects herself and steadies her breathing. Feel better now? Cat looked down at her. A little. Marinette sniffles. Want to talk about it? He smiles, lifting her chin up softly to let her look at him. Her cheeks were stained wet from the tears and her eyes were glossy. She let out a soft giggle as she pushed away his hand. Okay. Someone I love loves someone else, Marinette said again, fighting the tears once again. I know how you feel. Someone I love loves someone else too. Cat looked down. Marinette looked up at him, eyes wide, knowing he was talking about her, Ladybug. For an instant, she felt kind of guilty and ashamed that he was the one comforting her. She hugged him one more time. He smiled and picked her up as he hugged her back in the process. What are you doing? She said. Let me take you somewhere that always cheers me up, princess. Hold tight, Cat said, smiling. Marinette blinked, but decided to trust him, like she always did when she was Ladybug. He was her partner, after all. She held him tightly around his neck. Cat watched as she closed her eyes and buried her face into him, hiding her face from the cold air as he jumped from building to building. He stopped on top of the Ferris wheel that was turned off for the night and sat her down, overlooking the lit-up Eiffel Tower in the distance. The distant glow illuminated Marinette's bluebell eyes, and she smiled, taking in the sight. Wow, Cat, it's so pretty. Why does this spot always cheer you up? She asked, looking at him, but went silent when she saw that he was instead wearing a frown. My mother used to bring me here, he frowned, looking down at his feet that dangled off the ledge. He turned to Marinette. She's gone now, but I like to remember all of the good times we used to share. I like to make good memories where I make good memories with her. He smiled. Marinette smiled and kissed his cheek and leaned her head on his shoulder and closed her eyes, not bothering if he took it as romantic or not. All she wanted was to make him happy. If one measly cheek kiss could make him smile, so be it. If only he knew that she was Ladybug, how his heart would soar. Thanks, princess. He chuckled. Marinette laughed and leaned up, seeing him laughing at her. She pushed him lightly and almost lost her balance, but Cat caught her hand. That's right. He would always catch her. He would always be there for her. She had people in her life that cared for her, and she would be all right. Who cares if Adrian loved someone else? She would find someone who loves her. Wait, Kat loves her, but she doesn't love Kat the same way. Man, this was a little awkward. We should get you home before you fall and hurt yourself, Princess. Kat winked. You know me too well, Cat Noir. Marinette laughed, trying to push down her deep thoughts. Kat picked her up once again and let her down gently on her balcony, watching her about to disappear down the ladder. Marinette? Yes? She said, looking back. Whoever you love that doesn't love you back, he is crazy. Kat smiled, waved, and then bounced his way off with his staff. Marinette gave a soft smile and proceeded to walk down the stairs. Marinette walked over to the dresser and sighed, picking up her earrings and putting them back in with a frown. Tiki reappeared and hugged her cheek. I feel better, Tiki. Cat Noir came and talked to me. I cried and I think I feel better, Marinette said, seeing Tiki try to give her a smile but still wore a worried frown. Let's try and get some rest. Tomorrow will be a better day, Marinette, Tiki said encouragingly. Thank you so much for watching. The next chapter will be available soon. As always, if you haven't already, go ahead and check out my other two series called Thunderstorms and Melting. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!